Thank you to HUEL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
Emotional men of the Reject Nation and any other viewers who are interested in watching what I understand is about to be like the quintessential bro cry movie. It is Coy Jandreau. It is John, and we are back for a really momentous occasion, honestly. This is, so many people on the staff's favorite movie. It's so many people in life's favorite movie.
I was shocked that you hadn't seen it, and then I was like, but neither have I.
Dude,
so life led to this.
We get to share a milestone
Huge.
movie experience, man experience.
And I would say we've watched a lot of movies that have become important to us. This is probably the most important movie before we watch it. You know what I mean? Like, this has such repute, such acclaim. Yeah. Whereas other movies we watch, we're like, that was a great time. Escape from New York does slap. But this is, I don't know, I feel like this is a before and after experience.
Yeah, I feel like we're about to embark on a religious pilgrimage.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be a changed man.
And if you don't like it, then, get ready for a life of exile and shame.
Reaction.
But no, I'm very... Go watch that after you're done with this. Really perfect double feature, tonally speaking. How you feeling today? You doing okay?
It was really funny
driving here. It's the Shawshank Redemption also. Did we say the title?
Oh, it's the Shawshank Redemption.
It's the Shawshank Redemption.
Hey, yeah. And then they clicked on the video. It's not like, is there a shuffle option? I think they knew what they were getting coming in here.
You saw the title.
Yeah, you saw the thumbnail. That was some Shawshanking.
It's Andrew's favorite movie. Shouts out to Andrew Gordon.
Anyone get shanked? Shawshank? Is that anyway? I don't know if that's a prison name. Is there a prison named Shawshank, or is there a shanking?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out. But I had a funny drive over because I was like, boy, I'm in a great mood, and I changed music, and it hit so right that I was like, this is one of those days where the wind's blowing and the music's perfect, and I was like, I'm gonna go cry probably. It was a weird dichotomy of being like, I'm in such a jolly space, knowing that it will not be the same drive home.
Yeah. It's okay though, because sometimes that catharsis can make you feel enriched and alive. And it can feel, even though the context might be sad, but he still has a melancholy and a positive by the human spirit.
It was a Crystal Method discovery day.
Oh,
I haven't listened to Crystal Method in a while, and I was like, today's gonna a little Crystal Method. And I was like, immediately yes.
That's what I'll cruise home with. Yeah, I'm excited for my Crystal Method drive.
How did you arrive? How was your day?
It was all right. It's been a kind of complicated morning, and the shoots of the day have been very pleasant though. It's been mostly just all work related things today and other clerical life things. So I'm ready to escape. I'm ready to be touched, and I'm excited for the first vid we've shot together in quite a while.
Even on the ones and twos while I've been, filming of late. So I'm excited to react, and what a way to come back.
Absolutely, with a momentous mic dropper of a film. Gang, if you want to get the full and complete Shawshank Redemption experience alongside Coitus and myself, you can do that over at patreon.com/TheRealRejects. We can't show you the whole movie, but if you have a copy of any variety streaming, we're going to watch this from Peacock today. Grab your Laserdisc, your Blu-ray, whatever you got. Sync up with us there, and it'll be just like you're on the couch hanging. Also, you can get yourself a wee discount on our RejectNationShop.com merch. You can get a peek at the schedule each week as we're shooting things and guide our conversations in the review at the end of the video. There's so much stuff over there. And also it helps to offset the weird copyright claims and age restrictions and other, monetary hurdles that we encounter day in and day out here at the channel. Coy, I think I've said all the things.
Is it time for...
It's a dramatic Tuesday, I think.
Coy John Redemption?
Oh, Coy John Redemption.
Because we haven't filmed together in a long time.
It's a Coy John Redemption.
And coming back strong. Coy John Redemption.
Coy John Redemption in 1, 3, and a 1 and a 3.
Good old Castle Rock, memory serves. Yep.
You know your bumps.
That's right.
Yeah, boy. Bumper gang.
Oh.
Would I feel this way?
Such a vibe.
Do love a Tim Robbins.
And a Morgan Freeman.
What a voice.
Right.
Then why do I?
Nice text choice. It's not quite papyrus.
Refer it to papyrus. I share Ryan Gosling's disdain.
Papyrus!
Oh, Bob Gunton. Let's go.
The rest is all mystery to me, besides those two. I'm very excited to see who's in this.
I think, Death himself, William Sadler.
Clancy.
There's a movie where he gets full naked. I'll tell you about it later.
It's bold.
Oh, and bullets, yeah. Oh. Don't do it, man. It's not worth it.
Mr. Dufresne, describe the confrontation you
Whoa.
had with your wife the night that she was murdered.
Oh, crap.
It was very bitter. She said she was glad I knew, that she hated all the sneaking around.
Fair.
She said she wanted a divorce in Reno.
What was your response?
I got a divorce in Reno.
I'll see you in hell before I see you in Reno. Those were the words you used, Mr. Dufresne, according to the testimony of your neighbors.
I really don't remember. I was upset.
Woof.
What happened after you argued with your wife?
She packed a bag to go and stay with Mr. Quentin.
Glenn Quentin,
Mr. Quentin.
golf pro at the Snowden Hills Country Club. The man you had recently discovered was your wife's lover.
Oh, good.
Did you follow her?
Oh, my God, it's Dale.
Went to a few bars first. Later, I drove to his house to confront them. They weren't home, so I parked in the turnout and waited.
With what intention?
The shock in his face still, with cold, like, brokenness.
Mostly, I wanted to scare them.
When they arrived, you went up
probably.
to the house and murdered them.
No, I was sobering up. I got back in the car and I drove home to sleep it off.
Oh, no.
I stopped and I threw my gun into the Royal River.
A cleaning woman shows up the following morning and finds your wife in bed with her lover riddled with .38 caliber bullets.
Shit.
Now, does that strike you as a fantastic coincidence, Mr. Dufresne, or is it just me? Yet you still maintain that you threw your gun into the river before the murders took place. Very convenient.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
It's the truth.
Are we going to believe him because he's our leader, or are we going to see
Police
it?
dragged that river for 3 days and nary a gun was found. So there could be no comparison made between your gun and the bullets.
A
taken
lack
from
of
the
weapons.
blood-stained corpses of the victims.
Woof.
That also is very convenient.
Since I am innocent of this crime, sir, I find it decidedly inconvenient that the gun was never found.
Good answer.
How do you disprove something like that?
We have the accused at the scene of the crime. We have footprints, tire tracks. We have bullets strewn on the ground which bear his fingerprints.
Oh, man, that is...
Damn.
We have a beautiful young woman and her lover lying dead in each other's arms.
What if she wasn't beautiful?
Wouldn't paint the same picture for them.
Was their crime so great as to merit a death sentence?
What an opening. We didn't even meet him. This is how we...
A revolver holds 6 bullets, not 8.
Oh,
This was not a hot-blooded crime of passion. That at least could be understood, if not condoned.
Written by Rita Hayworth.
This was revenge of a much more brutal, cold-blooded nature.
Someone had to reload, but it wasn't his.
That means he fired the gun empty and then stopped to reload.
screenplay by Frankie D.
Extra bullet per lover.
Woof.
You strike me as a particularly icy and remorseless man, Mr. Dufresne.
Oh, he's in shock.
By the power vested in me by the state of Maine, I hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back.
Jesus.
1 for each of your victims.
Wow.
So be it.
Wow. Yeah, what an opening. Christ.
And we never
Lord.
saw if he did it or not. We need to infer.
Directed by Frank Darabont.
Ah,
I would get ready for the coterie of his guy. Like,
Yeah, all of
Dale is
his.
the prosecutor. I know he's not just Dale, but
We see by your file you have served 20 years of a life sentence.
Yes, sir.
You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Oh, yes, sir.
start that push in.
I mean, I learned my lesson. I can honestly say that I'm a changed man. I'm no longer a danger to society. That's God's honest truth.
I wonder if he's also innocent and he's having to play the system. Oh,
How many times they call you in here for that?
also
Little
20
talk.
years. Like, that is a life in itself. I like the uneven collar choice.
Hey, Red. How'd it go?
Same old shit, different day.
And how you feel? I'm up for rejection next week.
I'm up for rejection.
Got a nice face for you, man. You went to me for 5 packs already.
Damn.
There must be a con like me in every prison in America. I'm the guy who can get it for you.
Hey.
Cigarettes, a bag of reefer, if that's your thing.
20 years in.
Yes, sir. I'm a regular Sears and Roebuck.
How do you sneak that shit in? Or get it
Yeah,
snubbed?
what's his
Stephen
system?
Dufresne came to me in 1949 and asked me to smuggle Rita Hayworth into the prison. I told him, no problem.
That's a great way to nod at the original book writer. It said a book by original novel by Rita Hayworth.
Is by Stephen King. I think the title was Rita Hayworth and Shawshank
Oh.
Redemption. I think there was overlapping.
Thank you. I was like, that's great. If she was a writer, what incredible.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I mean, like, there's so many people that did other inventions on the side. Like, totally.
Also, crazy
Yeah.
helicopter
He
shot
came
here.
to Shawshank Prison in early 1947 for murdering his wife and the fella she was.
I didn't realize they said stuff like that back then.
Man,
Ooh, boy.
it's quite the prison. Look how young Clancy Brown is. Wow.
Damn. Okay.
He's the size of that bus.
Let's go, Clancy.
There's a large human being.
You speak English, butt steak?
Bleh.
You follow this officer.
Butt steak. Regular rump roast over here.
Man, the clothes are gorgeous. The production design on this is so beautiful. I mean, it's all sad and downtrodden for but it's successful.
God, fresh meat.
The faces, like the casting of this time, that's exactly what the pictures look like when I think of the 40s.
Taking bets today, Red?
Smoke's a coin. Better's choice.
Smokes. Put me down for 2.
All right, who's your horse?
That little sack of shit. 8th. 8th from the front. He'll be first.
Oh, bullshit. I'll take that action. Yeah, me too. 5th one from the front. Put me down for quarter deck.
Hey, man, we ain't got to shame the man.
In what context? What's going to happen to 1 or 8 or 5th?
Looked like a stiff breeze would blow him over. That was my first impression of the man. What do you say, Red? Tall drink of water with a silver spoon up his ass. 10 cigarettes. All right, who's going to prove me wrong?
Jeez.
Hayworth? Digger? Skeets? Floyd?
Fatty, Sticky, and Brooklyn.
The tone is so effective. Like, this place feels so ominous.
Yeah, and like the way prisons especially were designed back then, the architecture was like so draconian.
Yeah.
Cold and towering. Oh, there he is.
It's Mr. Hadley. He's captain of the guards. I'm Mr. Norton, the warden. You
Ours.
are convicted felons. That's why they've sent you to me. Rule number 1, no blasphemy.
I was just about to say his
Yeah.
gleaming cross.
I'll not have the Lord's name taken in vain in my prison.
That's gonna be very intense, man.
You'll figure out as you go along.
Oh, that's all he tells you. Wow.
When do we eat?
You eat when we say you eat. You shit when we say you shit, and you piss when we say you piss. You got that, you motherfucker?
Wow. I was about to say you're about to eat some nightstick.
I believe in 2 things, discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both. Put your trust in the Lord. Your ass belongs to me.
Wow.
Welcome to Shawshank.
Welcome to Shawshank. Ugh.
I love that we still don't know if he did it.
I guess it'll be kind of revealed partly through his experiences here.
Yeah, I really love the opening. It's just so cold and brutal already.
You louse him.
Yeah. Oh.
Turn around.
Oh my God. Delousing
Move out of the
powder.
cage, go to your left, pick up your clothes and Bible.
Wow. They even rinse you off?
To the right.
Come through like a powdered donut.
Left.
Yeah.
Left.
The first night's the toughest.
So humiliating.
They march you in naked as the day you were born.
Demoralize you.
And when they put you in that cell, when those bars slam home, that's when you know it's for real. Old life blown away in the blink of an eye. Nothing left but all the time in the world to think about it. Most new fish come close to madness the first night. Somebody always breaks down crying. The only question is, who's it gonna be?
Bet that was the bet.
Okay.
It's as good a thing to bet on as any, I guess. I had my money on Andy Dufresne.
I can't imagine the dread and foreboding of just not leaving a room.
We should bet cigarettes on which of us will cry first.
I remember my first night.
I remember my first Krabby Patty. No.
Wish your daddy dipped your mom.
Pork. I want me a pork chop. Oh, yes.
Wild.
The boys always go fishing with first-timers, and they don't quit till they reel someone in.
And if you sleep, you're gonna have night.
Hey, fat ass.
I'll poke it there.
Talk to me, boy. While you're there, I can hear you breathing. Don't you listen to these nitwits, you hear me?
Good tactic.
I'll introduce you around, make you feel right at home. I know a couple of big old bulls that just love to make your acquaintance.
Oh, there it is.
Especially that big white mushy butt of yours.
God, I don't belong here. We have a winner.
Oh.
And it's fat ass by a nose.
Damn. You got him.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
What a nightmare.
I want my mother.
Oh my God. Whew.
What the Christ is this happy horse shit?
He took the Lord's name in vain. I'm telling the Lord.
You'll be telling him with my baton up your ass.
Ooh.
What is your malfunction, you fat barrel of monkey?
Wow.
I ain't supposed to be here.
And you will shut the fuck up or I'll sing you a lullaby.
I mean, that could be nice.
Oh. I don't want to see the other side.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Open that cell.
The wild lines are crazy. Whoa.
Oh. Making an example of all the new ones.
What'd you do to get here, or maybe not do?
Oh. Oh. Ah. I also can't imagine the life that led to being a prison guard like that.
If I hear so much as a mouse fart in here the rest of the night, I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, you will all visit the infirmary. Every last motherfucker in here.
Jesus.
Call the trustees, take that tub of shit down to the infirmary.
Call the trustees.
This must have been right after Highlander, too.
His first night in the joint, Andy Dufresne cost me 2 packs of cigarettes. He never made a sound.
That's fun. That's a fun way to
introduce them knowing each other.
Up, yeah. And that's a good nod to the idea that he's not what he appears.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't do it.
I want to hope that for us, but it's also a really interesting story element if he did.
I wonder if we won't
ever
explicitly know. Yeah.
Be interesting. Because then it's like judging a prisoner like anyone else does.
Yeah.
If we are. I cannot imagine working any part of the system. Like the having to judge a human being and like figure out if they did something horrendous and like it's their whole life.
And then, yeah, exacting the retribution for that, knowing that you did the right thing.
Right. Like this whole system is so intense.
Is there
Is that a maggot?
What's in your
That's
gruel?
a maggot.
Protein.
Are you going to eat that?
Hadn't planned on it.
Do you mind?
My man. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What a twist.
Yeah.
Jake says thank you.
Jake.
Fell out of his nest over by the plate shop.
Oh.
I'm gonna look after him until he's big enough to fly.
What a beautiful bit of humanity in all this.
Oh, no, here he comes.
Uh-oh.
Morning, fellas. Come on, set them down. I want them all lined up here, just like a pretty little chorus line.
And we'll smoke them all right here in front of you.
Oh, Lord. Yes, Richmond, Virginia. You pull infirmary duty this week? How's that horse of mine doing anyway?
Dead.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hadley busted his head up pretty good. Doc had already gone home for the night.
Oh.
Poor bastard laid there till this morning. By then, hell, it wasn't nothing we could do.
Wow. Wow.
What was his name?
His name was Robert Paulson.
I was just wondering if anyone knew his name.
What the fuck do you care, new fish? Fucking matter what his name was. He's dead.
Yeah.
Is that just so you feel okay with being responsible adjacent for his death? Like, do you just have to dehumanize yourself in there to that level?
Yeah, you never find out. Otherwise, it'll probably haunt you.
Yeah, you can't make anyone real.
Anybody get to you yet? Hey, we all need friends in here. I could be a friend to you.
This is an odd place for this proposition.
Hard to get.
Oh my God.
I like that.
Oh my God.
Man, what a creepy introduction. That was impressive.
Yeah, his body language, like the way his eyes.
Everything was disconcerting.
Around.
I guess he had a lot on his mind, trying to adapt to life on the inside. It wasn't until a month went by that he finally opened his mouth to say more than 2 words to somebody.
Do you bet on that?
As it turned out, that somebody was me.
I like how watchful he seems and like concentrated to get the right people.
I'm Andy Dufresne.
Wife-killing banker. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
You gonna fit right in.
Yeah.
Everybody in here is innocent. Hey, what you in here for?
Didn't do it. Lawyer fucked me.
I understand you're a man that knows how to get things.
I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
I wonder if you might get me a rock hammer.
What?
Ooh.
What is it and why?
What do you care?
Well, if it was a toothbrush, I wouldn't ask questions. I just quote a price. But then a toothbrush is a non-lethal object, isn't it?
It's a non-breakoutable object.
Rock hammer's about 6 or 7 inches long. Looks like a miniature pickaxe.
Pickaxe?
For rocks.
Rocks. Quartz.
Whoa.
Some mica, shale, limestone.
You know your geology.
So I'm a rock hound. At least I was in my old life. I'd like to be again on a limited basis.
We got new words for that now, my friend.
I have no enemies here.
No? Wait a while.
Yeah.
Word gets around. Sisters have taken quite a liking to you,
The sisters.
especially Boggs.
Ah, copy that.
Sisters.
Don't suppose it would help any if I explained to them I'm not homosexual.
Neither are
Yeah, I
they.
was gonna
They have to be
say.
human first. They don't qualify.
And the more you add to the chase, the more chasey they're going to become.
Bull take by force. That's all they want or understand. If I were you, grow eyes in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And I'd guess you want to escape. Tunnel under the wall, maybe. If I missed something here, what's funny?
You'll understand when you see the rock hammer.
An item like this usually to go for.
$7 in a rock and gem shop.
Rockin' gems.
My normal markup's 20%, but this is a specialty item. Risk goes up, price goes up. It's making it even $10.
That sounds fair.
Waste of money, if you ask me. Folks who run this joint love surprise inspections. They find it, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, buddy.
They do catch you with it, you don't know me. You mention my name, we'd never do business again. Not for shoelaces or a stick of gum. Now, you got that?
Where you gonna
Where's he
hide
get
that?
$10 from?
Yeah, too.
This whole transaction.
I was going to say, where are we at with prisoners making money?
Name's Red.
Red. Why do they call you that?
Maybe it's because I'm Irish.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, we'll find out.
I could see why some of the boys took him for snobby.
Very charming.
A walk and a talk that just wasn't normal around here. He strolled like a man in a park without a care or worry in the world.
He does feel totally different than anyone around him.
I liked Andy from the start.
Yeah, the physicality really serves what they're trying to do with the character.
Oh, we got some dirty laundry? Oh, is this how stuff gets snuck?
How you doing? How's the wife treat you?
Damn. You can fit in that little envelope?
Smart.
2 packs. God, the cigarette as currency, as pastime, as so many things.
Yeah.
Andy was right. I finally got the joke. It would take a man about 600 years to tunnel under the wall with one of these.
Oh, library card.
Oh, it's the bird guy.
Yeah. Where's Jake? Was that the bird's name?
Yeah, I hope Jake's okay.
Delivery for Dufresne.
Hey, he's taking a book.
Dufresne, here's your book.
You just give him any book? They're all stories that take place in prison. Nah, I don't trust this.
Oh, you're right.
I don't trust this. Oh God.
The excite.
Oh, we're getting right to it.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Ooh.
Get this in your eyes, it blinds you.
Pocket sand.
Hush.
Ooh. Christ.
You fight better that way.
Oh. Oh my God.
I wish I could tell you that Andy fought the good fight. But prison is no fairy tale world. He never said who did it, but we all knew.
Ugh.
Things went on like that for a while. Prison life consists of routine. And then more routine. Every so often, Andy would show up with fresh bruises. The sisters kept at him.
Jesus.
Sometimes he was able to fight him off, sometimes not. And that's how it went for Andy.
Oh.
I do believe those first 2 years were the worst for him.
2 years.
But then in the spring of 1949, the powers that be decided that
The roof of the license plate factory needs resurfacing.
Huh?
I need a dozen volunteers for a week's work.
Okay.
As you know, special detail carries with it special privileges.
it was outdoor detail, and May is one damn fine month to be working outdoors.
Drop all that water weight.
More than 100 men volunteered for the job.
Move. Come on.
Oh?
Wallace E. Unger, Ellis Redding.
Wouldn't you know it? Me and some fellas I know were among the names called.
Huh?
Only cost us a pack of smokes per man.
Hey.
I made my usual 20%, of course.
My man.
Hustling, Red.
Sorry to inform you, but your brother just died.
Oh, damn, Byron. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh.
I'm not. He was an asshole.
Wow.
So anyway, this lawyer fella says to me, his brother died a rich man. Oil wells and shit. Close to $1 million.
Wowie.
Fucking incredible how lucky some assholes get.
Jeez Louise, you gonna see any of that?
35,000. That's what he left me.
Jesus.
Terrible fucking luck, huh?
We crying shame. Some people really got it awful.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on your mouth, man. Andy. Well, all right, you're gonna pay some taxes.
Nah, he's getting brainwave.
Maybe enough to buy a new car, and then what? I gotta pay tax on the car.
What a miserable dude.
Till it's purple.
What are you doing, Andy?
It's a break.
Oh, Christ, dude, no.
Hey!
Ooh.
Mr. Hadley, do you trust your wife?
Whoa. I know what he's doing, but it's a scary way to start it.
Funny you're sucking my d with no teeth.
What I mean is, do you think she'd go behind your back, try to hamstring you?
That's it. Step aside, Mert. This fucker's having himself an accident.
Oh, my.
Because if you do trust her, there's no reason you can't keep that 35,000.
35,000.
All of it.
All of it?
Every penny.
Oh.
Start making sense.
If you want to keep all that money.
What a shot.
Yeah.
The IRS allows a one-time only gift to your spouse for up to $60,000.
Tax-free?
Tax-free. IRS can't touch 1 cent.
You're that smart banker what killed his wife, aren't you? Why should I believe a smart banker like you?
It's perfectly legal. Go ask the IRS. They'll say the same thing. Actually, I feel stupid telling you this. I'm sure you would have investigated the matter yourself. I suppose I could set it up for you. That would save you some money. You get the forms, I'll prepare them for you. Nearly free of charge.
Nearly.
I'd only ask 3 beers apiece for each of my co-workers.
Get him, that's rich, ain't it?
I think a man working outdoors feels more like a man.
Smart.
What are you Jimmy staring at? Back to work.
Let's go, work.
And Andy Dufresne's balls grew 3 sizes that day.
God damn. Just negotiated beers for his coworkers with lawyering.
Christ, wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The convict crew that tarred the plate factory roof in the spring of '49 wound up sitting in a row at 10 o'clock in the morning, drinking icy cold Bohemia-style beer.
That's really sweet.
Courtesy of the hardest screw that ever walked a turn at Shawshank State Prison.
Pick up while it's cold, ladies.
Amazing.
The colossal even managed to sound magnanimous.
He's not even drinking.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
Hell yeah.
We were the lords of all creation. As for Andy, he spent that break hunkered in the shade, a strange little smile on his face, watching us drink his beer.
Want a cold one, Andy?
No, thanks. Gave up drinking.
Oh, no, dude.
You could argue he'd done it to curry favor with the guards.
So selfless, it's
Or
beautiful.
maybe make a few friends among us cons. I think he did it just to feel normal again, if only for a short while.
Yeah, probably.
Reject Nation, at the start of this year, I was sitting over 20% body fat, 218 pounds. I was end of January. As of a couple weeks ago, finally took the photos. I've been talking about it all year. I completed the mission. 6-pack abs came in, 8% body fat, 170 pounds. You can check out all the transformations on Instagram, but that's not why I'm here today. I'm here today to tell you that a big part of how I accomplished that journey was about staying consistent with my nutrition. And the best way to do this is by keeping things simple, like having a HUEL Black Edition ready to drink, a complete meal in a bottle. Have these a couple times a week. That first crack, it's always amazing. It's a full meal in a bottle packed with 40 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, slow release carbs, low sugar, no prep, no cleanup. Just shake it and go. I've got a fridge full of these. We got 3 fridges and they're all full of them. I like to grab them on shoot days, gym days, or I'm just too damn tired to cook, which is an often Greg thing. But more importantly, they taste good. Chocolate and vanilla classics are my go-tos. Smooth, tastes like actual milkshake. But they got a whole bunch of other flavors you can catch on their website. Plus, it's under $3 a meal, which has helped my gains and my budget. So Reject Nation, if you're ready to support your health and help support the channel in a way, you can go to HUEL.com/rejects. New customers get 15% off plus a free gift with code REJECTS at HUEL.com/rejects. Minimum $75 purchase applies. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try HUEL today for complete nutrition. Well-timed, Greg, bottled.
Chess. And there's a game of kings. What? Civilized, strategic.
And a total fucking mystery.
I've been thinking of getting a board together.
I'm the guy that can get things, right?
We might do business on a board. I want to carve the pieces myself. One side in alabaster, the opposing side in soapstone. What do you think?
I think it'll take years.
You're a real rockhead.
What I don't have are the rocks. Pickings are pretty slim in the yard. Pebbles, mostly.
He's trying to import rock to prison.
Why'd you do it?
I'm innocent, Red, just like everybody else here.
Whoa.
What are you in for?
Murder. Same as you.
Innocent?
Only guilty man in Shawshank.
Wow. He's making chess pieces. Peter. Benny.
Man, that beer soon is beautiful. Makes you appreciate how much we have just living.
Oh. Part of Shawshank history.
Where's the canary?
How did you know?
How did I know what?
So you don't know?
I don't know what I know.
What a surprise to hear a woman singing in my house, eh, Johnny?
Here she comes.
Oh.
This is the part I really like, is when she does that shit with her hair.
Gilda, are you decent?
Me?
Oh.
God, I love it. What do you want?
Rita Hayworth. Can you get her?
So this is Johnny Farrell. I've heard a lot about you, Johnny Farrell.
Take a few weeks. I don't have her stuffed down in front of my pants right now, I'm sorry to say.
Ah, crap.
Take a walk.
I gotta change the rear. I say fuck off!
Bruh.
Ain't you gonna scream?
Good luck.
Let's get this over with.
He's going to take away the...
Yes, finally. Oh. Oh. Whoa, shit.
I'm gonna open my fly, and you're gonna swallow what I give you to swallow.
Oh.
When you swallow mine, you're gonna swallow Rooster's. You done broke his nose. I think you ought to have something to show for it.
Anything you put in my mouth, you're gonna lose.
Woo.
You can understand. You do that, and I'll put all 8 inches of the steel in your ear.
But you should know that sudden serious brain injury causes the victim to bite down hard.
Yeah.
Bite reflex is so strong, they have to pry the victim's jaws open with a crowbar.
Oh my god.
Know how to read? You ignorant fuck.
Are you passing up on book cart day?
You shouldn't.
Boggs didn't put anything in Andy's mouth, and neither did his friends.
Yeah.
He's beat him within an inch of his life. Andy spent a month in the infirmary.
Jesus.
Boggs spent a week in the hole.
Time's up, Boggs.
It's your world, boss.
Ugh. I know deprivation will drive you to some crazy ends, but this dude is... This dude's evil.
That was a great transition.
What? Ah. Wow.
It did help dude out.
Wow.
No! No! Help me!
Wow.
2 things never happened again after that. The sisters never laid a finger on Andy again.
Hey.
And Boggs never walked again.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
To my knowledge, he lived out the rest of his days drinking his food through a straw. I'm thinking Andy could use a nice welcome back when he gets out of the infirmary.
I figure we owe him that much for the beer.
Man likes to play chess. Let's get him some rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it is a confusing statement.
God damn, what a blend of moral gray tones.
There's just so much emotion and like the highs and lows of this movie.
For a second there, instinctually, you're like, oh God, the cruelty to this incredibly cruel dude who probably deserves every ounce that is coming to him.
You're a better man than me. I felt no remorse.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the
I didn't
vengeance.
feel remorse, but for a brief moment there, I considered it. Then I remembered who I was looking at.
I wish we'd seen more, and I don't know what that makes me as a person.
Would that is a soapstone?
What are you, a fucking geologist? Well, what the hell is it then?
A horse apple.
Corporalite.
Bullshit.
Oh, horse shit.
Hey, it is Corporalite.
And by the week Andy was due back, we had enough rock saved up to keep him busy till rapture. Cigarettes, chewing gum, sipping whiskey, playing cards with naked ladies on them.
Damn, I've never had the naked lady card.
Oh, important. I had the cards and a coin once.
Not an
Double set of
official
coins.
man.
Wow,
you're more of a man than me.
Upper
Rita
half,
Hayworth.
heads, tails.
He got Rita Hayworth.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're making some lemonade out of these horribly oppressive lemons.
Oh.
Oh, buddy.
What a heartwarming, horrifying film.
I know. I've never quite seen a film that is in one breath is like sort of rousing and human spirity, but also grim and terrifying.
I stay tense, but moments of pure heartwarm.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Ah, the Holly Bibble.
Reading that while he comes to toss the room.
On your feet. Facing the wall.
Holy Bible. Jeez, guys. I feel like you would find more shit if you didn't just, like, wreck everything.
Turn around and face the ward.
Pleased to see you reading this. Any favorite passages?
Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh.
Clever.
But I prefer, I'm the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
John chapter 8, verse 12.
I hear you're good with numbers.
The path of the righteous man.
Man should have a skill.
Want to explain this?
Oh.
It's called a rock blanket for shaping and polishing rocks. A little hobby of mine.
Oh, boy.
It's pretty clean. Some contraband here, but nothing to get that twist over.
Wow.
Can't say I approve of this.
Mother.
But I suppose exceptions can be made.
Wow.
Model prisoner gets some decorum.
Oh, that rock is a souvenir.
I'd hate to deprive you of this. Salvation lies within.
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Dawson's sales was just an excuse. Truth is, Norton wanted to size Andy up.
He's got to do some banking for the prison.
You enjoy working in the laundry?
No, sir, not especially.
Well, perhaps we can find something more befitting a man of your education.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, Jake, where's Brooks?
Jake!
I thought I heard you out here.
I've been reassigned to you.
Wow.
Jake just lives in the prison.
It has been a couple of years now, damn.
Shawshank Prison Library, National Geographics.
Hell yeah.
Every evening I load up the cart and make my round. I enter the names on this clipboard here. Easy peasy, Japanese.
Brooks, how long have you been librarian?
I come here on odd 5, and they made me librarian 19 and 12.
And in all that time, have you ever had an assistant?
No.
Oh, I'm worried about him.
Why me? Why now?
Would be nice to have some company down here for a change.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Immediately charming man. This movie makes me feel and then breaks me.
Yeah, they're going to take him out back and, like, shoot him or something.
Yeah, is he too old?
I'm Deakins.
Roger Deakins.
Thinking about maybe setting up some kind of trust fund for my kids' educations.
Oh, man, that was terrifying. I was so worried.
Why don't we have a seat and talk it over?
He's got an office.
That's funny.
And then Andy says, Mr. Deacon, you want your sons to go to Harvard or Yale? Deacon just blinked for a second.
Wonder if he's named that in the book or as a nod to Roger Deakins for shooting the hell out of this movie.
It could be.
I'm a convicted murderer who provides sound financial planning. It's a wonderful pet to have.
Yeah.
How about expanding the library, get some new books in there?
I love that he's always trying to benefit everyone.
How do you expect to do that? Get new books in here, Mr. Dufresne, if you please.
If you please.
Ask the warden for funds.
Son, 6 wardens have been through here in my tenure, and I've learned one immutable, universal truth. Not one of them born. Whose asshole wouldn't pucker up tighter than a snare drum when you ask him for funds.
Yeah.
Budget stretched thin as it is.
Perhaps I could write the state senate and request funds directly from them.
3 ways to spend the taxpayers' hard-earned money. More walls, more bars, more guards.
Still, I'd like to try with your permission.
I'll even mail them for you. How's that?
I hope you do for reals.
So Andy started writing a letter a week.
A fascinating music cue.
Yeah.
Andy got no answers.
I like his hat, though.
Stylish. Very Portland.
Yeah.
Just doing taxes for cops.
The following April,
Guards.
Andy did tax returns for half the guards at Shawshank. Year after that, he did them all.
Amazing.
Including the wardens.
Yeah.
They rescheduled the start of the intramural season to coincide with tax season.
Wow.
Issued you your gun, but you actually had to pay for it.
Damn right, the holster too.
See, that's tax deductible. You can write that off.
Andy was a regular cottage Indian.
Just checks his desk.
So busy at tax time, he was allowed a staff.
Hey, Red, can you hand me a stack of 1040s?
Got me out of the wood shop a month out of the year, and that was fine by me.
Wow.
Takes care of his people.
Please, Brooks, just calm the fuck down.
Oh, no.
Brooks, we can talk about this, right?
Nothing to talk about, goddammit, it's all talked out. I'm gonna kill his fucking throat. And that's what they done.
Brooks, you're not gonna hurt Hayworth because he's a friend of yours and because Brooks Hadlin is a reasonable man.
That's right. Is that right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. That's right.
Brooks, look at me. Put the knife down. Brooks, look at his neck. He's bleeding.
It's the only way they let me stay.
Oh, he's getting out and he doesn't know. Like, doesn't know the world anymore.
Oh my God, no, dude, no.
What the hell did you do to set him off anyway?
I didn't do nothing. I come in here to say fare thee well. Ain't you heard his parole come through?
Yeah, buddy.
The man's been in here 50 years, Hayworth. This is all he knows.
Yeah.
In here, he's an important man. He's an educated man.
What do you do outside after 50 years?
Just a used-up con with arthritis in both hands. Probably couldn't get a library card if you tried.
Job at the local library.
Fred, I do believe you're talking out of your ass.
You believe whatever you want, Floyd. First you hate him, and you get used to him. Enough time passes, you get so you depend on him. That's institutionalized.
You can never get like that. Say that when you've been here as long as Brooks has.
Yeah, bro.
They send you here for life, that's exactly what they take.
Yeah. No. Oh my God.
I can't take care of you no more, Jake. You go on now. You're free.
Take him with you.
You're free.
Oh, buddy. Keel over on the spot.
What an impressive performance with such little screen time. We care about this man so much.
Yeah, he's got such presence.
It's so interesting to show leaving prison as a sad thing.
Yeah, right.
Like the emotions this movie pulls out of you. We're literally watching a man sadly leave what was hell, and it feels so conflicting because, like, what else?
You know,
Dear
walk of life,
fellas,
a lot of people don't get to experience.
I can't believe how fast
Hopefully
things
not.
move on the outside.
Oh,
wow.
I saw an automobile once when I was a kid, but now they're everywhere.
Wow.
The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
Yep. The faster you make everything, the faster it gets life.
The parole board got me into this halfway house called the Brewer and a job bagging groceries at the Foodway.
Foodway.
I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time.
Make sure your man double bags.
Make sure you double bag, like the lady says. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes after work, I go to the park and feed the birds. I keep thinking Jake might just show up and say hello.
Oh.
I hope wherever he is, he's doing okay and making new friends.
He's out there, don't worry.
I have trouble sleeping at night. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. I wake up scared. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember where I am.
Yeah.
I don't like it here. I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay.
Wow. Oh, oh no.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh.
I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
You're one of the brightest presences in the whole damn place. Such an observant movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way Deacon shot this, like, watchful but not voyeuristic. You feel like you're such a part of the emotional experience.
Oh, God, the mirror. Oh, man. Brooks was here.
Just like carving it into the prison wall.
P.S. Tell Haywood I'm sorry I put a knife to his throat. No hard feelings, Brooks.
Huh.
It's the last thing he wrote.
What the fuck have you done to me? Goddamn mess.
You got his books.
What's all this? You tell me, fuck stick girl addressed to you.
Dear Mr. Dufresne, in response to your repeated inquiries, the state has allocated the enclosed funds for your library project.
Hey.
This is $200. The library district has generously responded with a charitable donation of used books and sundries. We now consider the matter closed. Please stop sending us letters.
Please, for the love of God.
It only took 6 years. From now on, I'll write 2 letters a week instead of 1.
I believe you're crazy enough.
We have some truly colorful colloquialisms for
Really do.
for
Is that
taking
music too?
That's records. Oh, that's awesome. Let's drop that needle. Come on.
Cannot imagine how special it'd be to hear new music.
Yeah, dude.
Archie!
Oh, let's go, Archie.
Andy, do you hear that?
Would you want to listen as long as you could, or? Oh,
no.
Andy!
Andy, whoa.
He's trying to have some time with Art. Oh man, at what cost? Oh, he's gonna give it to the people. From the warden's office.
Wow.
How magical that would be, and how this is like a precise moment explaining the emotions of this film. It's so heartwarming, but I'm so worried for him.
Yeah, right.
Look at that shot, man. Deacons.
I have no idea to this day what those two Italian ladies were singing about. I don't want to know. Some things are best left unsaid. I like to think they were singing about something so beautiful it can't be expressed in words and makes your heart ache because of it.
That's how music does.
It pissed the warden off something awful.
Open the door.
Oh.
Dufresne, open this door! I am warning you, Dufresne. Turn that off!
Oh, you said turn it up?
Dufresne. You're mine now.
Yeah, he's already. Whoa.
Andy got 2 weeks in the hole for that little stunt.
They broke the door down before I could take requests.
Was it worth it? 2 weeks in the hole?
Easiest time I ever did.
Hey.
Oh.
It's in here. In here.
Oh.
That's the beauty of music. They can't get that from you.
Here.
Haven't you ever felt that way about music?
Played a mean harmonica as a younger man.
We can get you one of those.
Here's where it makes the most sense. You need it so you don't forget.
Yeah.
Forget that there are places in the world that aren't made out of stone, that there's something inside they can't get to, that they can't touch. It's yours. Hope.
He's still connected to the world.
Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane. It's got no use on the inside. You better get used to that idea.
Like Brooks did.
Oh.
Man. What an interesting duality of points.
Says here that you served 30 years of life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Oh, yes, without a doubt. And I can honestly say I'm a changed man. No danger to society here. God's honest truth. Absolutely rehabilitated.
God damn, man. How many more times you can give that same speech?
Yeah.
Here. Little parole rejection present.
Bet he never gets anything.
Competitors, I hope you don't mind.
Because he's always wanting to get. Oh, that's beautiful.
This is the harmonica, yeah. Damn.
You gonna play it?
No, not right now.
Play it at the very end. New girl for your 10-year anniversary.
Oh, so interesting to like be tempted to do something because it like might be your last moment too, but also the like threat of it going away. Like I just can't imagine this life.
Huh.
And it was as good as his word. He wrote 2 letters a week instead of 1. In 1959, the state senate finally clued into the fact they couldn't buy him off with just a $200 check.
Yeah.
Appropriations Committee voted an annual payment of $500 just to shut him up.
Hell yeah, dude.
He made deals with book clubs, charity groups. He bought remaindered books by the pound.
Wow.
Treasure Island, Robert Louis
Stevenson, fiction, adventure.
Full librarian.
Fiction adventure.
He's getting a sorting system.
The rest of us did our best to pitch in when and where we could. By the year Kennedy was shot,
Oh, yeah.
transformed a storage room smelling of rat turds and turpentine into the best prison library in New England.
Wow.
Look at that.
That was also the year Warden Norton instituted his famous Inside Out program. You may remember reading about it. It made all the papers and got his picture in Look magazine.
This is based on a real thing.
I guess.
Our inmates, properly supervised, will be put to work outside these walls, performing all manner of public service.
Oh, boy.
At a bare minimum of expense to Mr. and Mrs. John Q. taxpayer.
Oh, boy.
Bare minimum of expense is a fairly loose term. There are 100 different ways to skim off the
Yep,
top.
a lot of money to be made.
And oh my Lord, how the money rolled in.
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna put me out of business.
That's still the system today.
And we go back a long way. I need this new highway contract. I don't get it, and I go under. That's a fact.
Uh-oh.
And you just have some of this fine pie my missus made specially for you. What do you think about that?
Cyanide pie. Oh, yes. It's a greenback pie.
Yeah, how many dollars is...
Ed, I wouldn't worry too much about this contract. Seems to me I already got my boys committed elsewhere.
The man is just making money
You be sure and thank Maisie for this fine pie.
every which way.
And behind every shady deal, behind every dollar earned, there was Andy, keeping the books.
Getting the honest banker guy in the jail to do dishonest banking for them.
What the rest is? Woman can't bake with shit.
The river of dirty money running through this place.
Problem with having all that money is sooner or later you're going to have to explain where it came from.
Well, that's where I come in. I send that money out into the real world. When it comes back,
Clean as a virgin's honey powder.
by the time Norton retires, I'll have made him a millionaire.
What is your game?
Staying safe.
I know you're good, Andy, but all that paper leaves a trail. Now, anybody gets curious, FBI, IRS, whatever,
Is that his long game?
it's going to lead to somebody.
Sure it is, but not to me. And certainly not to the warden.
Who are you leaving this at the feet of?
All right, who?
Randall Stevens, the silent partner. He's the guilty one, Your Honor. The man with the bank accounts.
But who is he?
He's a phantom, an apparition, second cousin to Harvey the Rabbit. He doesn't exist.
I like how proud he is of what he's done, but it's gotten the whole prison this.
Mr. Stevens has a birth certificate, driver's license, social security number. If they ever trace any of those accounts, they're going to wind up chasing a figment of my imagination.
Rusty Shackelford.
Did I say you were good? Shit, you're a Rembrandt.
Yeah, man.
On the outside, I was an honest man.
Like you're saying.
I had to come to prison to be a crook.
New fish.
Ugh. I was going to say, what are you betting, Andy? Whoa. Oh, no,
Tommy Williams came to Shawshank in 1965 on a 2-year stretch for B&E. That's breaking and entering to you.
Us.
Oh, thanks.
Caught him sneaking TV sets out the back door of a J.C. Penney. Young punk.
Do the
Mr.
B&E.
Rock and roll. Cocky as hell.
2 years.
Move it like molasses, making me look bad.
We liked him immediately.
You've done a stretching Cashman, right?
Yeah, weekend furloughs, work programs.
Sounds like you've done time all over New England.
I've been in and out since I was 13. You name the place, chances are I've been there.
Christ.
You don't seem to be a very good thief. Maybe you should try something else.
Yeah, well, what the hell you know about it, Capone? What are you in for?
Oh, boy.
Everybody's innocent in here.
As it turned out, Tommy had himself a young wife and a new baby girl. Maybe it was the thought of them on the streets or his child growing up not knowing her daddy.
Trying for my high school equivalency here, you helped a couple fellas with that.
Get that GED.
I don't waste time on losers, Tommy.
I ain't no goddamn loser.
Because if we do this, we do it all the way.
Thing is, he don't read so good.
In and out of prison since you're 13.
We'll get to that. R.
Oh.
Tommy took to it pretty well, too. Boy found brains he never knew he had. Some fellas collect stamps. Others build matchstick houses. Andy built a library.
Oh, yeah, Andy.
Now he needed a new project. Tommy was it. The same reason he spent years shaping and polishing those rocks. The same reason he hung his fantasy.
Wow.
By 1966, right about the time Tommy was getting ready to take his exams, it was lovely Raquel.
Raquel Welch.
The passage of time through iconic women.
Heartthrobs through the centuries, yeah.
Well, it's for shit. Wasted a fucking year of my time with this bullshit.
2 points right there. There's your goddamn score. Fuck this place!
Oh.
What's he in here for anyway?
Murder.
The hell you say?
Caught his wife in bed with some golf pro. Raised them both.
Drinks a Coke.
Uh-oh.
About 4 years ago, I was in Thomaston on a 2 to 3 stretch. Stole a car. About 6 months left to go. Get a new cellmate in. Elmo Blatch. Big, twitchy fucker.
What a name.
6 to 12. Armed burglary. Said he pulled hundreds of jobs. Hard to believe how strung as he was. He'd cut a loud fart. He'd jump 3 feet in the air. Talked all the time, too. That's the other thing. He never shut up.
So many crimes get found out by.
Jobs he pulled, women he fucked, even people he killed.
Oh, shit. Did he kill Andy's wife?
One night, like a joke, I say to him, yeah, Elmo, who'd you kill? So he says,
I got me this job one time, bussing tables at a country club.
Whoa.
So I could case all these big, rich bricks that come in. So I pick out this guy, go in one night, and do his place. He wakes up, gives me shit. So I killed him. Him and this tasty bitch he was with.
Shit.
And that's the best part. She's fucking this golf pro, but she's married some other guy.
Wow.
Hotshot banker. And he's the one they pinned it on.
Oh, my God. Wow. You're going twitchy yourself.
I have to say, that's the most amazing story I ever heard.
He doesn't want to lose this accountant.
What amazes me most is you were taken in by it.
Oh.
It's obvious this fellow Williams is impressed with you. He hears your tale of woe and quite naturally wants to cheer you up.
He's made himself invaluable.
Sir, he's telling the truth.
But let's say for the moment this Blatch does exist. You think he'd just fall to his knees and cry?
You know that wouldn't matter. With Tommy's testimony, I can get a new trial.
Chances are excellent he'd be released by now.
Well, they'd have his last known address, names of relatives. It's a chance, isn't it?
I hate it.
How can you be so obtuse?
Oh.
What did you call me?
Obtuse? Is it deliberate?
Huh?
The country club will have his old time cards.
If you want to indulge this fantasy, that's your business.
Sir, if I were to ever get out, I would never mention what goes on in here.
It's the dumbest thing he's done yet.
Don't you ever mention money to me again, you sorry son of a bitch. Not in this office, not anywhere.
Sir, I didn't...
Solitary, a month.
Yes, sir.
Jesus, dude.
Get him out of here.
It's my chance to get out. Don't you see that?
Wow. Yeah, that's what he.
A month in the hole. It's the longest damn stretch I ever heard of.
It's all my fault.
Oh, bullshit. You didn't pull the trigger, and you certainly didn't convict him.
Man, are you saying that Andy is innocent? I mean, for real innocent?
So for real, like me, innocent?
Board of Education.
Test
Son of a
scores.
bitch mailed it.
Like you did. You're gonna open it, you're gonna stand there with your thumb up your butt.
Thumb up my butt sounds better.
Hey.
Come on, will you throw that away, please?
See what a good job he did teaching you.
Well, shit.
Kid passed. C+ average. Thought you'd like to know.
Wow. Damn, dude. Still got some behind his eyes.
A month in the hole.
Warden wants to talk.
Oh, and this kid's screwed now.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this.
Because he's the only one that can do anything.
Right here?
That's what the man said.
Oh, no. No.
What? I mean, nothing good is going to happen, but if they ice this guy, I'm going to be so upset.
I think that's what's happening. And he just had good news, so I feel like that's where we're going.
Oh, damn it, dude.
He had, like, oof.
I need your help, son. If I'm going to move on this,
Look at that lighting.
I have to know if what you told Dufresne was the truth.
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to swear before a judge and jury?
Oh.
Oh, I hate that.
Taking an oath before Almighty God himself?
Just give me that chance.
Oh, no. No.
That's what I thought.
God damn it. No, no, no. Wow! Whoa!
Make it look like he was trying to run.
Cruel. Oh.
I'm sure by now you've heard. Terrible thing. Man that young, less than a year to go, trying to escape. Broke Captain Hadley's heart to shoot him.
Oh.
We just have to put it behind us. Move on.
Done.
Oh, screw you, dude.
How is this not the thing that breaks you? Like, oh.
Get someone else to run your scams.
Nothing stops.
Oh, I hate this.
You will do the hardest time there is. No more protection from the guards. Pull you out of that one bunk Hilton and cast you down with the sodomites.
Whoa.
And the library? Gone. We'll have us a little book barbecue in the yard. You'll see the flames for miles. We'll dance around it like wild Indians.
Evil, dude. Evil.
Catching my drift? Or am I being obtuse? Give him another month to think about it.
Wow. You just take 2 months off of all that book cooking?
There's gotta be a way he could like get the books to point to him. I can't imagine what it does to a human brain.
Yeah, you ain't hooked up. Yeah, he looked different.
My wife used to say I'm a hard man to know, like a closed book. Complained about it all the time. She was beautiful. God, I loved her.
Never really got the mourner because this.
Just didn't know how to show it, that's all. I killed her, Red. I didn't pull the trigger. I drove her away. And that's why she died, because of me, the way I am.
Oh, dude.
Feel bad about it if you want to, but you didn't pull the trigger.
No, I didn't. Nobody else did. And I wound up in here.
And no one gives a shit.
I was in the path of the tornado. Didn't expect that the storm would last as long as it has.
God, how do you prepare for a movie like this?
Think you'll ever get out of here?
Me? One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs, they let me out.
Huh?
Tell you where I'd go. Zihuatanejo.
Zihuatanejo?
It's in Mexico. A little place on the Pacific Ocean.
Zihuatanejo.
You know what the Mexicans say about the Pacific? They say it has no memory. That's where I want to live the rest of my life.
Living in oblivion.
Charter fishing.
Zihuatanejo.
In a place like that, I could use a man that knows how to get things.
I don't think I could make it on the outside, Andy.
Doesn't want to have hope.
I've been in here most of my life. I'm an institutional man now. It's like Brooks was.
Oh, bud.
Hell, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Selling Yellow Pages.
Pacific Ocean? Shit. That'd scare me to death, something that big.
Not me. I didn't shoot my wife, and I didn't shoot her lover. Whatever mistakes I made, I paid for them and then some. That hotel, that boat,
It's all mine.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
I don't think you ought to be doing this to yourself, Andy. This is just shitty pipe dreams. I mean, Mexico is way the hell down there, and you're in here, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, right. That's the way it is. I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living.
Oh.
You get busy dying.
Is that that's where this comes from?
It must be.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
If you ever get out of here, do me a favor.
Sure, Andy. Anything.
There's a big hayfield up near Buxton. You know where Buxton is?
Oh.
There's a lot of hayfields up there.
One in particular. It's got a long rock wall, a big oak tree at the north end. It's like something out of a Robert Frost poem.
Ooh.
It's where I asked my wife to marry me. We went there for a picnic and... Promise me, Red, if you ever get out, find that spot. At the base of that wall, you'll find a rock that has no earthly business in a Maine hayfield. Piece of black, volcanic glass.
Damn.
There's something buried under it I want you to have.
What, Andy? What's buried under there?
Whoa.
You'll have to pry it up to see.
Huh. You just gave him something to live for.
Yeah, that is.
He's talking funny.
2 months in the hole and losing hope.
You gotta keep an eye on him. Oh, Lord. What? Andy come down to the loading dock today. He asked me for a length of rope.
Rope?
Oh, crap.
And he'd never do that.
I don't know. Every man has his breaking point.
Look, we split. Want to get home?
Just about finished, sir. 3 deposits tonight.
Get my stuff down the laundry and shine my shoes. I want them looking like mirrors. It's good having you back, Andy. Place wasn't the same without you.
Same. God, freaking evil.
Yeah, what a villain, man.
So lethargic. I'm so tense.
Yeah, I don't think he would, but...
But what? Yeah.
I mean, they made us wait the whole movie to have his actual innocence proven to us.
That was the longest night of my life.
I wonder what this reads like in the book.
Yeah, there's so many great lines.
Man missing on tier 2, cell 245. Dufresne, get your ass out here, boy. You're holding up the show.
What?
Don't make me come down there. I'll thump your skull for you.
Uh-oh. Oh, Christ. What are we... Whoa.
Damn it, Dufresne, you're putting me behind. I got a schedule to keep. You better be sick or dead in there, I shit you not.
Oh, my holy God.
Whoa.
I want every man on this cell block questioned.
Is he gone?
Start with that friend of his. Who? Him.
Open 237.
237, like in The Shining.
What do you mean he just wasn't here? Don't say that to me, Hay.
But, sir, he wasn't.
I can see that, Hay. Think I'm blind?
He's got the Einstein with his tongue out.
He was in his cell at lights out. Stands to reason he'd still be here in the morning.
Yep.
I want him found. I see you two all the time. You're thick as thieves, you are. He must have said something.
Also, Warden, not a word.
Thick as thieves.
Lord, it's a miracle! Man up and vanished like a fart in the wind. Nothing left but some damn rocks on the windowsill. Let's ask her. Maybe she knows. What say there, Fuzzy Britches? Feel like talking? Guess not.
Oh, boy.
One big damn conspiracy, and everyone's in on it.
Whoa.
Including her.
I was gonna say, is there a hole behind the poster?
Was he using the posters?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Salvation lies just beyond Raquel Welch. Wow.
19 years.
Oh my god.
19 years. Just.
In 1966, Andy Dufresne escaped from Shawshank prison.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
All they found of him was a muddy set of prison clothes, a bar of soap, and an old rock hammer. Damn near worn down to the nub.
The rock hammer. All that time.
I remember thinking it would take a man 600 years to tunnel through the wall with it. Old Andy did it in less than 20.
Oh, the type of rock.
God, yes.
Oh, Andy loved geology.
Oh my god.
That and a big goddamn poster. Like I said, in prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied.
Wow.
And he carved other stuff to me. Yes.
And his favorite hobby was toting his wall out into the exercise yard. A handful at a time.
Wow.
I guess
My
after
man.
Tommy was killed, Andy decided he'd been here just about long enough.
Just strutting.
Want to get home?
We're just about finished, sir.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Fun. Oh my god.
3 deposits tonight.
Oh yeah.
Andy did like he was told. Buffed those shoes to a high mirror shine.
And then walked right out on him.
How often do you really look at a man's shoes?
That's incredible. Oh, making him shine. Oh my god.
I can't imagine the relief of seeing the other side of that hole after 19 years. Like,
tasting fresh, free air.
And the willpower not to tell anyone because the intimidation that wouldn't get away with it. Oh, that's amazing.
His suit.
Oh, good.
Yes, my man. Holy crap. Holy crap.
Just big enough to get through. It's a good thing he's so skinny.
Yeah. God, I'd be so claustrophobic.
Oh, same.
And like to go in there and then to have to scoot back out
And then
as you
slide
go
back and
then
just-
like, oh. I guess it prepares you.
But 19 years being trapped, do anything. Look at that.
Dude,
Amazing.
oh, the rope. Excellent. Smart man.
Plastic
wow.
for the water to protect your few things.
Spooky.
Waiting for thunderclap for sound. Oh, that's genius.
Damn.
Oh, the tension.
Whoa. Oh my God, yes. Out into the sewer. Ride that chocolate river to freedom.
Oh, man. Oh my God.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine.
500 yards.
100 yards. That's the length of 5 football fields.
Wow.
Just shy of half a mile.
Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Oh, how that water would feel.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm never getting out of that river. Probably got shit soaked down to your bone marrow. Oh my God.
I've seen that image, but I didn't even realize it was him. Like, his face is in, like...
The next morning, right about the time Raquel was spilling her little secret, a man nobody ever laid eyes on before strolled into the main...
Oh, he's got a license. He's got a...
Until that moment, he didn't exist.
Oh my God. He is so wealthy.
He had all the proper ID, driver's license,
Randall Stevens.
and the signature was a spot-on match.
Sorry to be losing your business. I hope you'll enjoy living abroad.
Thank you. I'm sure I will.
Oh, yeah.
Here's your cashier's check, sir. Will there be anything else?
Please, could you add this to your outgoing mail?
Oh my God.
Mr. Stevens visited nearly a dozen banks in the Portland area that morning. All told, he blew town with better than $370,000 of Warden Norton's money.
Let's go.
Good morning, Portland Daily Bugle.
Not... Oh, wow, it's a real newspaper somewhere. Didn't go to the cops, went to the press.
Wow.
Genius.
Well done, bro. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
His judgment cometh.
And that has a whole new meaning at him now. Oh, man. What's written inside?
Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Dear Warden, you were right. Salvation lay within. Oh my God. Yes. Holy shit. Yes.
He hid it in his vault the whole time.
That.
So the Bible had the thing, so when he held it.
Oh, that's
And they didn't open it to quote it.
I wasn't there to see it, but I hear Byron Hadley started sobbing like a little girl when they took him away.
Oh.
Good.
He was a son of a bitch, even with those beers.
Norton had no intention of going that quietly.
Oh.
Good.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. What?
Which way's he going?
Oh,
Take it easy
okay.
on yourself, Norton.
He just wants no. Oh, he's gonna. Wow. Wow.
I like to think the last thing that went through his head, other than that bullet, wonder how the hell Andy Dufresne ever got the best of him.
So fat and stupid.
Not long after the warden deprived us of his company, I got a postcard in the mail. It was blank. Fort Hancock, right on the border. That's where Andy crossed.
Oh, he let him know he's okay.
Picture him heading south in his own car with the top down. It always makes me
Oh,
laugh.
it's so beautiful.
Who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side. Andy
man.
Dufresne, headed for the Pacific. Those of us who knew him best talk about him often. I swear the stuff he pulled.
Damn, telling the story.
Andy being gone, I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright.
Jake.
And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice.
Here, here.
I guess I just miss my friend.
Oh. If only you could have spent another year tunneling over to your cell.
Is this 40?
Your final say you served 40 years of a life sentence. You feel you've been rehabilitated?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
No, I don't have any idea what that means.
Well, it means you're ready to rejoin society.
I know what you think it means, Sonny. To me, it's just a made-up word, a politician's word, so that young fellas like yourself can wear a suit and a tie and have a job.
Jesus.
What do you really want to know? Am I sorry for what I did?
Well, are you?
There's not a day goes by I don't feel regret. Not because I'm in here, because you think I should. I look back on the way I was then, a young, stupid kid who committed that terrible crime.
Damn.
I want to talk to him. I want to try to talk some sense to him. Tell him the way things are, but I can't.
Sounds like rehabilitation to me.
That kid's long gone, and this old man is all that's left. Rehabilitated is just a bullshit word. So you go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time. Because to tell you the truth, I don't give a shit.
Ah! Oh my God. There is some hope in this world. I should have flipped the script a long time ago. Save myself 20 years.
I like how the time we saw Brooks leave, it was from like his POV, the prison was behind him and it was sad. And this is like the world expanding out in front of him. Like even with this blocking, like there's so much more joy in this walkout.
You feel the absence of cage.
Yeah.
Oh, and a regular passenger bus.
40 years. Did you get the same?
Oh, my man. Damn. Oh, the halfway house. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. And they set him up with the same job. Look at all the reputable brands of cigarettes.
His old trade.
Restroom break, boss?
Oh, what, man?
You don't need to ask me every time you need to go take
Oh.
a piss. Just go. Understand?
Aw.
Just in that world.
Pissing as a free man.
40 years I've been asking permission to piss. I can't squeeze a drop without say-so.
Nancy Brown did say that up top, specifically.
There's a harsh truth to face. No way I'm gonna make it on the outside.
Gold jewelry, guns.
All I do anymore is think of ways to break my parole.
No.
So maybe they'd send me back.
Go to Mexico.
Terrible thing to live in fear. Brooks Hadlin knew it.
Go to the tree.
All I want is to be back where things make sense, where I won't have to be afraid all the time. Only one thing stops me. A promise I made to Andy.
Yes. That's the gift he gave you. And potentially whatever is underneath this
That's what I'm so curious
this
of.
big piece of volcano glass.
Did he know he was going to get out and put something there on his way to Mexico?
Yeah.
Or is it something that's been there for 19 years?
Yeah. God, so rich with flavor and life. Because, you can wonder, and it doesn't really, matter, but
yeah,
it's all the
So
more
many details.
enchanting to think about, yeah. Buxton. Wowie. Beautiful. Hear them cicadas. Oh, the birds and the frogs.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. What we got? Oh.
What could it be?
It's a good thing you taught them so much about geology.
It's a very specific rock.
You
And
probably-
and you wouldn't move it otherwise. Like I love that as a marker. I love that he's taking his time because this is like everything he worked for.
Savor it, yeah. And then part of you is like, do I even open it at all?
What's it gonna be?
Well,
This must have been after his instructions.
50s, nice and crisp. Yeah. Yeah. This is a setup.
Especially after a life in prison, you'd be so on edge.
Hey.
If you're reading this, you've gotten out. And if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to come a little further. You remember the name of the town, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Zihuatanejo.
In case it ever got found.
Zihuatanejo.
I could use a good man to help me get my project on wheels. I'll keep an eye out for you and the chessboard ready. Hope is a good thing, and no good thing ever dies. I will be hoping that this letter finds you, your friend, Andy.
Oh.
Love that he just keeps giving a little more hope to keep moving and to get him with him. All the means to get down there.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Here, here.
That's goddamn right.
Yes, sir. So was Red. I was about to say, is that what I was going to say?
Fort Hancock, Texas, please.
Wow.
I find I'm so excited I can barely sit still or hold a thought in my head. I think it's the excitement only a free man can feel.
A Morgan Freeman.
Long journey whose conclusion is uncertain. I hope I can make it across the border. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope.
I hope. Oh, that's so beautiful. Your hat.
Let's go.
Hey. Hey.
Fixing up the boat.
Nice. Oh. Go to him. That's lovely. Oh my God, how beautiful. In memory of Alan Green.
Wow, what a movie.
Oh my God, dude. Damn. I need a second.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. You're like wrung out. Like all my emotional cortex has just been wrung out. What a collection of character actors. I'd be fascinated to know how this is as an adaptation, but
yeah,
this was so gripping.
The amount of emotions it was able to do simultaneously. A lot of good movies can balance sadness and happiness and humor and heartwarm, but rarely is it like simultaneous. Like I don't usually feel the emotions running in tandem. Like it was such an interesting, like they were stacking and such opposing emotions throughout the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Boy, howdy, gang. If you're joining us, if you've joined us up till this point, thank you so much. If you could leave a like on the video, we would very much appreciate that. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever one of these such reactions comes your way on a Drama Tuesday or a Wild Card Wednesday. Who knows? Also, big thank you to the folks over at Prepper for whittling away over 20-odd years, cutting and carving at the same time. You get what I mean. They're doing the thing, and we appreciate them
chipping
for it.
away.
They're chipping away at these edits day in and day out, and we appreciate them mightily for that task. And if you happen to be listening to this on a podcast platform of any variety, if you could leave us a rating, that would be very much appreciated. Coitus. Before we hop into some patron questions, how are you feeling in this moment? And what's your just first impression?
There are so few movies that are like life moments.
Sure.
And I think this is one of them, and it was a really weird format to watch it in.
Sure.
But somehow it didn't take away from it.
Uh-huh.
Like I want to give the movie its flowers for being so good that even though I was being watched, I was so in.
This is an odd movie to be watched during because you're very aware of like what the responses are.
I know what this movie is to people, and I know the expectation. And even with all that, I think it lives up to. And the thing I was processing in the 1 minute since it ended was I've given 25 films 5 stars my whole life.
I was about to ask, is this going to join the
26.
club?
I think this is the 26th film.
You heard it here, gang.
And
26 5-star.
And that's out of like 4,000 movies. So like it's that amazing. Like I think I would have cried if I wasn't so happy. And I don't emote well with film. Like I just don't have that. I don't have that Greg button where it's always at the ready. But I feel so emotional. But I almost like feel like it's all of the emotions are trying to get down the same highway. So it's only a 6-car highway. There's 7 cars. So I'm just so full. It made me think about my life. It made me think about how much of a bitch I am. Like how I don't appreciate enough how much harder I could work and how much more I should appreciate when I'm not working. Like the feeling it gives me is full of so many dualities. Like it makes me want to live more. It makes me want to work harder. It makes me want to not work. It makes me want to work. It makes me want to, stop and go sit under a tree. It makes me want to learn. It makes me want to, it makes me appreciate my education. It makes me miss New England. It makes me miss the South. It gave me so much. Like I've never been to prison. I plan to keep it that way. And
there's still time.
There's plenty of time, hopefully. But it also made me it was so warm and comforting, like a good fantasy film, that it made me feel like I'd been somewhere I've never been, like in a good way. Yeah. But also it's about such a negative place that it was interesting to feel so like I was there. It did so much while being so quotable and while being so impactful and while having incredible performances. And I'm a big Mystic River guy, and so I've always loved
to see that. I have not seen Mystic
It is
River.
A doozy.
Is that also a King, or is it?
I believe it's a King. I know it's a Boston, and I remember seeing that in theaters in Boston and being just old enough to appreciate, but also realizing that I would like it more as I get older, and I've only liked it more as I get older. But it's why I'm like a big Robbins fan, and he's so good here, and obviously, not to say that he's better or worse than the incredible Morgan Freeman presence, but like the both of them just in tandem was so overwhelming. And what'd you think?
Golly, I agree with everything you've been saying. It is a an interesting one to watch with the expectation of like, oh yeah, I know especially this is often, foisted up as one of like the quintessential like bro cry movies. So you do have like a prescription from just cultural osmosis of like what your experience is supposed to be. But I really loved letting this wash over me. And it's fun to come into stuff like this where you have a sense, obviously, as to what this would be. And I had a few expectations of like, we'll probably see the grim realities of life in prison in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. We will also probably witness the triumph of the human spirit in some way, shape, or form, and there will probably be a lot of great actors and a lot of lyrical, thoughtful moments, and it is all those things. And it's just, it just feels so quintessentially of itself, quintessential, I guess. Like it's I'm fascinated to know what a lot of these, I would like to become a faster, more prolific reader, because films like this make me fascinated to know what the adaptation is and what changes from book to screen, because I'm sure this is a very affecting story on paper, but this felt like this was just quintessentially meant to be. This movie was just meant to exist.
Yeah.
And there are certain things you can extrapolate about where we'll probably go, but I think the way the movie articulates itself, it's like, in a prison movie like this, they're either going to get out or they're not. They're either going to die there, they're not. So it's like, it's not even really about the plot, the broad plot details so much as it is about how it rolls the wheel. And I thought this rolled the wheel really wonderfully. And this is a hard tone, and I feel like I have to scratch further beyond the surface of the more thoughtful, more life-affirming Kings. I saw and very much enjoyed The Life of Chuck, which
I just watched that this week.
Oh, did you? Did you like it?
Yeah, I did quite a bit. I watched it at home, and I definitely paused and thought. And I don't do that usually. I usually like to let a movie breathe. I usually like to like live in a movie, but it left me a number of times thinking about my life enough that I didn't want to miss stuff. And I found myself like having my own narrative, and I was like, that's not fair to the movie.
Yeah.
And it was one of the first times I was glad I didn't see it in theaters, because I was so in it that I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed.
Yeah, and this isn't obviously quite the same, but I feel like they would probably occupy certain closer wavelengths on the Stephen King spectrum as
Certainly,
it pertains to it. Yeah, it's not overtly like a horror. It's not overtly, I mean, there are sci-fi-ish elements to The Life of Chuck, but they're both movies about, life and how you live it and how you meet circumstances. And there is a certain amount of, existential dread, but there's also a lot of life affirmation. And I feel like this is a kind of King. There are some, I can't remember. I think I might have seen Hearts in Atlantis like way back. I think that's a King. That's one of his more like thoughtful adaptations. And I really liked Life of Chuck as well. This feels like a wholly unique thing though, because like, I think one thing that the debate and your results will vary of it all, I think, with this lane of King adaptations is that will it feel, I don't know, in any way saccharine or sappy or like it's aiming to be profound. And I'm not levying these criticisms at Life of Chuck. I liked Life of Chuck. I can feel the reach toward profundity in that movie more.
I agree with that. I mean, that was not a 5-star film. It was a very good film, but I think I gave it 3.5 or 4 stars. Like, it was very good, but I do think that was some of the magic of this film, is it never felt like some of those flaws.
Yeah, it never feels like it has profundity on its mind, and yet it feels so lived in and profound in a lot of ways. It feels, like a chronicle of so much time, and you really endear yourself to these guys, and it has this lovely, just glimpse at, again, you take all these guys who the pretense is, yes, they've all done something bad except for Andy. And even he's not perfect. And then, they kind of let you see the ways in which we all adapt to all sorts of grim, heavy, and constrictive situations, the things you get used to, maybe the things that you don't, the effects of hope on everything. And this felt just so well-rounded as a drama, felt rounded as a somewhat mystery, and it felt really life-affirming without being too saccharine or cloying. It felt appropriately harsh without ever going too lurid with it or too...
It didn't feel gratuitous or like it was exploitative.
Yeah, it didn't feel like, suffering porn.
Yeah, and I was really worried about that a few times.
Yeah, it's really well pitched. It's really well pitched, and I would like to watch it again to maybe, unlock the greater emotionality. But the thing is, I came into this expecting lots of like big, heavy, tear-jerking moments, and it's not a movie really comprised of those things.
I was worried about that too.
There are a lot of really beautiful, lovely moments, and there are a lot of really touching things, and there's a lot of everything, but it's also not like hyper saturated to the point where you feel like, okay, well, this is the part where I'm supposed to do this or that. It just feels so quintessential and so expertly executed on all fronts, from the production designs to the cinematography, the music, the acting, the writing. Again, I would love to know how this adapts, because this feels like a perfect adaptation.
2 things before we jump into these, from what you just said. One, I clearly didn't realize Stephen King wrote it, because I thought Rita Hayworth did. And 2,
a lot of text up top.
It was a lot going on. And then the second one was I realized in hindsight that Roger Deakins shot from behind the poster is in like every Roger Deakins montage, and I'm so glad I didn't recognize the warden, because I remember the Tim Robbins shot of reaching up, but I didn't recognize his face because it's like in shadow, and like I didn't go like, that's, if I'd recognized the warden, would have ruined the whole thing, because like that Deakins shot is so iconic, and Deakins is my favorite cinematographer, so I've seen that in like 30 montages. So I just had that moment of epiphany of like, I have seen that image many times, and that would have changed the entire experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. All right, we got some questions from the Royal Rejects, and that's going to guide the rest of our little review chat here. Let's start off with Kev B. Kev B, thank you for chiming in so consistently. Hey, Coy and
Andrew
John.
Nickerson's first.
I know, but I'm mixing them up.
Oh, okay.
Coy.
I was making sure you saw it. That was a scroll thing. All right. Kev B it is. Let's do it.
Starting off with Kev.
Hey.
And Kev says, hey, Coy and John, you're smoother than Morgan Freeman's narration. Appreciate you. You are smoother than...
High praise.
I don't know who could be smoother, but it's you. If you were in Red's shoes...
James Earl Jones narration.
That...
And maybe the only voice. Maybe.
We got to have a narration.
One of them is passed, I believe.
Yeah. Well, you know.
We'll play it back.
With the magic of AI. No, okay. Anyway, if you
Now
were
it's
in
a horror
Red's
commentary.
shoes, would you really buy Andy's nonstop hope or just smile and nod to avoid getting disappointed? Trivia. The iconic oak tree where Andy left a message for Red was a real 180 to 200-year-old white oak in Ohio. It stood about 100 feet tall and became a major tourist spot, drawing thousands of fans each year. Sadly, lightning struck it in 2011, and it finally fell in 2016. Pieces of the tree were made into souvenirs, so you can still take home a little piece of Shawshank history. That is wild, and as partly I jumped to this question because it gets to sort of the central theme, a central theme. So yeah, if you were in Red's shoes, do you think you would buy the hope, or do you think you would just smile, nod, and avoid getting disappointed?
I think that this is a scaling issue, so please acknowledge that I'm acknowledging that at the top. I think movies make you look at your life, right? Like it's your experience, and not to the same scale. Do not misquote me. But I think I would, because of what my version of that reality is like the darkness of our world is something that is constantly trying to erode away our hope. I'm not in prison. I'm not in this position. I'm not in like being inundated with that. But I feel like the world is dark and it's easy to lose hope. I think losing hope is the easier choice. And I think we see that happen to people every day. I think most people I know have had it chipped away. And I think I'm always looking for the brighter side of things very consciously. Like, me loving movies and me loving comics and me loving art is not an accident. It is how I survive. So I'd like to think I would attach to books, and I'd like to think I would attach to music, because that's kind of what I'm trying to do in my much less dark reality. I hope that I would maintain hope, because I like to maintain hope and espouse hope in this reality.
Yeah, man, I would want to be I think that's a beautiful thing the movie does, is sell. It gives you the most happy ending possible given the circumstances. And that's a big risk, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because that could be very, again, saccharine or cloying. And I feel like they really handled it nicely here, because I believed every ounce of his belief in his detachment from hope, even down to the very end. Like, I love the way it's portrayed toward the end, where you can tell he's not even like fully committed in a way. He's just sort of like instinctually like, well, you know, as long as I'm here, Andy, I care a lot about Andy, and he tasked me with this thing, so why not? You know,
and we felt that in the prison yard, that Andy knew he was doing that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's such a beautiful thing, and it's like they make so much about the character of Andy being this cold guy, or you know, this sort of emotional wall of sorts, and yet, you know, in these little ways, he is able to convincingly, inspire hope, and to do it in a way that isn't like, I'm making a big sweeping appeal to you. It's just like, here's a little thing for later.
And what a performance.
Yeah.
Because you're playing through that wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it is really remarkable. And it's one of those movies, too, that I think will probably continue to blossom outward as we sit with it in the coming days. But yeah, I thought Andy's nonstop hope from that side was well handled, because it didn't feel as you have phrased it. You know, it doesn't feel like a nonstop barrage of like, this character's thing is that he's got hope in a bad situation.
Yeah, he just bounced back.
Yeah, and
he had moments of,
it's just who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does have moments of he reaches his breaking point, and we see him go past that point, and I guess it's just within his nature to have a degree of hope. And yeah, I thought the way that he ultimately slips that under Red's skin is really lovely and fascinating. And yeah, I would hope that that I would be susceptible to that level of hope. I feel like as not great as many circumstances of life make me feel actively in many days and situations, I feel like that hope at the end of the string on the stick is sort of always dangling there for me as a person. So my hope is that I wouldn't give in to being jaded, and I like that they let Red be a character who says that that's where he's coming from, but ultimately, you know, follows the thread and is rewarded for it. Like, what a high wire act this whole friggin' movie was. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, let's go down. Let's do the next one. Let's see. Let's do Tara next. Tara, realize we got to do the claps. So prepper, if you're doing this, go back to the previous one. I don't know if I clapped.
You did.
For Kev B. Well, there you go.
You clapped.
And keeping time, keeping notes, Coy. Tara says this, hey, John and Coy, get busy living or get busy dying. I am absolutely gobsmacked you haven't seen this movie. Same. I tried to do the second tisk and I missed it. But yeah, I am too, actually. This is definitely, it's weird. This is definitely a movie that like people love, but people don't typically just put on as much as people like enthusiastically love.
I would not want this on with other, like I wouldn't like put it on at a party.
I feel like I would have a special viewing of this every few years when I feel like my soul needs it.
I'm excited to watch it not on camera in a few years. It's not going to be soon because that was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But like, I'm glad I didn't see it younger because I think I need to be grown to appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a weird one because I feel like on the one hand, I might have, if you see it younger, you will have less preconceived notions of what it's supposed to be and how you're supposed to feel. So it might wash over you differently the first time. But I also agree that, yeah, like I think this is a movie that will reward you just the more life experience you earn. Have you all at least seen The Green Mile, which was also written and directed by Frank Darabont based on a Stephen King story? I have not.
I'm reacting to that next.
Wow.
I don't know in what order, and I don't know who I'm with because apparently it's not with you.
Me out.
I don't know. I'm reacting with Aaron.
Maybe
all three of us.
Maybe
see if you can jump in.
I would love
do
that.
a little
Get us
back
all
to back.
doing another sentence.
Stephen King.
Back to back stints in the clink.
As of filming this, am seeing it in mere days. I don't know which order they'll come out on, but you get the scoop.
Yeah, I would love to be there, but we'll see. Neither of us has seen it though, so there you go on that. Did you see the escape twist coming before it happened as a falsely imprisoned man? How do you think Andy was able to keep the hope, quote unquote, throughout all those years and everything he experienced? Also, she goes on to say, if you hadn't done so, would you talk a bit about how developed the characters are? And do you feel the same about them if... And do you feel the same? Do you think you'd feel the same about them if you knew what they did to be in prison? It's a good question. They left that out of the movie. I haven't read the book, but some characters, like Brooks, were guilty of particularly heinous crimes. You know, that's something I was definitely thinking about as the movie went, and I think part of what the movie is here to do is to kind of introduce you to the idea that, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't divorce people from what they did to be here. But now that everybody's here and this is the world for all intents and purposes, now everyone is on a sort of like, not quite level, but like we're in a new playing field where that's just a prerequisite. That's just part of the nature of how you got here. So a new society forms inside of that. And I think that for what the point of the movie is and the fact that it is, again, touching on the human spirit, and the human spirit's a fascinatingly malleable thing, and you can do something terrible at the same time as you have very many other kind of opposite qualities, or you can do something terrible as a younger person and then grow into a different kind of person who might not do that. I thought the whole handling of Red's continued, little monologue to the board is kind of indicative of that, and yeah, I think it would certainly be harder to get on board so easily with a character like Brooks, because I think as he's presented here, you're sitting here thinking to yourself like, well, maybe he did some kind of white collar crimes, or maybe he did some other sort of less than what you're alluding to here. So I think it would have made the movie more challenging. I think the point would remain intact if they did reveal it, but I think it would be harder to let that shine.
I agree with other things you said. I think that it was a movie choice to not. I think the book probably has more ability to tell a longer form and more imagination of that. Like, you're going to go through the turmoil of knowing and what you want that to be. But I think it's smart here to have that be kind of a fill it in yourself and navigate that, because the movie's about, the rehabilitation element of it. And it's hard. Like, it's something that we have to address in real life, right? Like what you did to put yourself in that position versus whether or not you're a changed person and should continue on. So I think the movie asks a lot of questions of you, and I'm sure the book asks even more. So I like the opportunity to look at those morals.
Yeah.
And as far as the twist, I like John said earlier, I was like, well, it ends one of two ways.
Yeah.
So that kind of, I didn't know, when the prison door opened and he wasn't there, it was one of two options. But that was a really beautiful, thing to experience.
Part of me expected Andy to get out and Red to remain in prison. I did not expect for them to both get out. And I really liked the handling of Red getting out. This whole thing of like, you know what? I'm done trying to tell you what you want to hear. And he describes rehabilitation by just totally different circumstances.
The actualization of it, not the concept of it.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that I predicted it necessarily. I sort of expected that Andy might escape, but it's the kind of movie where I came in fully embracing the idea that they might all die in prison. And
I knew it was a tearjerker, so I was like, we just see them get hold together.
And this is the kind of movie where I feel like the point is not made or broken necessarily by whether or not they end up in jail by the end or not. But as it stands, I think, the nature of hope and the way Tim Robbins plays Andy is really wonderful, because the movie and having so much be from we start and we're seeing him in the lowest moment of his life up till this point, and we're hearing the assessment of what his story is going to be to everyone for all intents and purposes. And then we, see him as this guy who they describe as being, emotionally walled off and whatever else. And then we go to then seeing him largely through other people or through Red's narration and everybody else's interactions with him. And I don't know, like, it's an interesting thing. It strikes me as though that his nature is not, he just isn't, as the movie stands, I don't think it's in his nature to take his own way out, so to speak, of the mortal coil. And so, like, I don't know, I feel like as a falsely imprisoned person, he probably has a different access to both bleakness and hope than a lot of the other guys in the same place, the same situation. And I would imagine, like, I liked the way they did it, because a lot of it is just him finding stuff to do and him finding ways of just like, as he gets to know his fellow prisoners and stuff like that, he just puts himself to work making all of their circumstances better and more amenable. And that is a means of keeping yourself busy, giving yourself something to think about, and creating hope all at the same time. So it does beg the question about his nature generally and the hope being part of it, and it's not a preachy kind of hope. And I feel like now he doesn't seem to even always know where that hope is actually going to literally come from. It's just sort of like an aura, an attitude. And I like that the movie lets you sit here and kind of ponder that,
I agree. Said it better than I could have.
So yeah, I don't know. I liked it too. I thought the way they showed him like finally past the point of hope, and then that just giving him all the more drive to like burn the place down and friggin' escape. Like I think that's a very significant just note of the character is, if I am beyond the point of breaking now, and I just got to get out. So I'm just gonna make my plan work.
Yeah. Perseverance is a huge part of how that hope was possible.
Yeah. All right, going up to Andrew Nickerson, John and Coy. Joy. That's what we are, purely. I'm so glad you are both able to experience this finally. Likewise, growing up only knowing Stephen King as a horror author, It, The Shining, etc., I was shocked when I found out he wrote this too. What is your favorite Stephen King adaptation now that you've seen this? By the way, we need more Joy reactions. Love you guys. Yes, we do.
Coy Jandreau Redemption.
That's right.
This was.
It's the John Jandreau Redemption.
Hopefully Green Mile. I would say this. I mean, I've given 25 films 5 stars, and I gave this one. This is 26. I can't say that anymore. 26. So this one pretty comfortably. I love The Shining. I'm a big fan of it. Part 1 from Muschietti. Those are both incredible films, but they didn't really wreck me quite like this did. This was quite the experience. Carrie was quite the time. I had a great time with Carrie.
Carrie is bonkers.
I watched that.
It's more bonkers
here.
than I ever
Oh my
remember.
God, it just kept going. Yeah, I liked Carrie quite a bit.
Okay.
I saw Dr. Sleep once and loved it, and then no one else liked it. So I'm like, did I see the same movie? So I need to re-see Dr. Sleep.
I want to see the director's cut of that.
Yes, I've never seen the director's. I loved the regular cut. Nobody else did, so I need to see that.
This has become, I mean, as of this moment and recency bias, whatever, I feel like this is definitely it's either this or The Shining for me, and obviously it's well noted that The Shining is not a very good adaptation of The Shining.
Sure.
So I feel like by proxy, even though I have not read it, yeah, I think it's pretty easy to kind of give it to this. I haven't seen Stand By Me since I was a kid.
I've never seen it.
That is one that I would love to revisit, watch again, and that
I love The Mist. Frank Darabont's The Mist.
I was gonna say
that's in my top 3. I think it's this, Shining, The Mist, and I love Dreamcatcher, but it's not in the top 3. Jason Lee's Dreamcatcher.
People get Jason Lee.
Yeah,
okay. I want to check.
Play him in a movie. It's gonna be Jason Lee playing John.
All right,
I tell you.
I do have a soft spot in my heart for The Mist. I actually have not seen Misery, so I'm very excited to eventually check that out. 1408 I thought was kind of underrated. We got very obsessed with Secret Window back in the day.
Oh, that's fun.
And I want to see The Monkey, too.
I've never seen Christine or The Monkey or Green Mile or Pet Sematary or Children of the Corn. Yeah, I'm big blind spot for Stephen King.
I got definitely a good handful I got to catch up with. I want to see Christine again. I haven't seen that one in a hot minute. And I've only seen it once. It was ages ago. And yeah, I would love to. The original Pet Sematary is pretty good. But yeah, I think this handily takes that top spot.
This Shining Mist for my top 3.
Yeah. But leave yours down below because I'm sure there are a lot of people who are better versed in his filmog, bibliog, etc.
Carrie's probably tied with third though, man. Carrie was great. Anyway, yeah,
Carrie's
love Stephen King.
It's hard to go wrong.
Yeah, it's
you know
Stephen
what
King.
I mean, and you know, I just know that no one's going to choose Dark Tower.
I own it. I haven't seen it because I'm afraid because I love McConaughey and Idris Elba, so I bought it. And like as of now, yeah, exactly.
movie.
It's not bad now because I haven't seen it
because it's just in a pretty box.
I bought it for those two gentlemen I love, and I don't know.
Alrighty. Cody Enos, a lot of the iconic quotes are ripped straight out of the novella it is based on. What are some of your favorites?
Oh, I couldn't pull it off one watch. I remember many times watching this just now going, oh my God, what a line. But I mean, Get Busy Living, Get Busy Dying is inspiring. Like, I'm going to leave here and go get some stuff done.
Yeah. Golly, I'm just full transparency. I pulled up a list of some great Shawshank quotes, but get busy living or get busy dying is like a quote that I have been aware of. I'm even aware of it as a quote from like a movie or something.
Yeah.
But it's a quote that has lived disembodied to me for so long. Andy Dufresne, who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side, is kind of great.
Great.
Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane is pretty iconic because that's a big, sort of part of the movie, and you got to be a little bit insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one I would definitely want to hear from you guys on because first watch of something like this, it is really hard
because it was so quotable. Like there's so much in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's just so much in there. But thank you, and I would love to hear all the rest of your guys. Jay Rushton closing us out, I believe, for the Q&A today. Stephen King wrote this, and this was an excellent movie. Do you think the prison system today is as messed up as the prison in the film?
Yes.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be, man. It's just probably messed up in slightly more specific ways.
Modern ways. I mean, I think the prison industrial complex is a problem, to put it lightly, and I think the horrors of the world being bigger behind prison walls, and the horrors of our world probably are bigger behind prison walls. I also think we're a fairly malicious species, so I think people with power like to abuse it. So I imagine
what do you mean,
a place
Coy?
that has a hierarchy.
Name one time. All right,
today. Yeah. So I feel like yes, it's bad in there.
Yeah, and I mean the movie too. I don't know much about the point for point history of prisons in America, but I found it fascinating how the movie is like, the warden coming up with this
prison industrial complex.
Literally like we could get free labor and we can make all these other opportunities to bring in money and to run this thing like a business and to do crime of our own. Yeah,
it's a good way for a major motion picture to show that.
Yeah.
Like it probably got away. Like it did. The writing of this by Stephen King, the movie doing it is probably the only way they're going to sneak that into something as big because there's a lot of power in lobbyists and people that have power to keep that out of the zeitgeist. So I was very impressed.
Yeah. And the way they introduced it to you, you can almost see if we lived in a truly honorable society, how this could work.
Yeah.
And then you quickly see just another link in the chain of villainy from the people who are supposed to be rehabilitating the supposed villains of society. Like,
Yeah.
And yeah, like every prison is a snowflake, but I have to imagine that guards beating on inmates has to be a thing. People getting thrown in solitary for arbitrary reasons for way too long has got to still be very much a thing. Free labor, enforced labor. I mean, this at least presented a scenario in which there was some degree, like there are some, stretches of the movie where things are on the up and we're getting more books and they're giving us a library, and like there are instances of hopes and little humane accoutrements that you could argue are partly there to kind of add to the torture. But yeah, it certainly seems as though the prison industrial complex is probably like, in essence the same, and has probably gotten just more sophisticated or dumber, probably a little bit of both, in how, crimes are carried out against inmates and various other exploitations are levied. So, definitely probably as messed up, if not more messed up.
But it's important to keep hope.
It is.
In the world at large. Because, yes, that is and will continue to be a problem. But at the end of the day, all we have is today. And all we can do is keep chipping away at that wall, crawl through that shit, and come out clean, you lovelies.
That's true. And to close us out, I remembered a quote thing, or at least when he's talking to him about music, and he's like they can't take that from you.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
It's like a thing inside you that they can't take. That's the beauty of music. They can't get that from you. Haven't you ever felt that way about music? That whole scene where they plays the records for them.
I was talking about music in the intro, and I was like, I'm in such a good mood, and then I didn't realize it was a little foreshadow. Now I'm gonna go back, listen to music on the way home, and find that joy again.
Listen to some Hank Williams and some Italian opera.
Probably some Crystal Method.
Probably just more Crystal Method.
I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna be like, oh yes, I'm gonna put on the opera and hang. I'm not a cultured man in that way. Crystal Method's culture.
Crystal Method is culture.
Some Orbital, some Prodigy. I'm gonna get out of here and smack my bitch up.
I heard the riff in my head just there. That's what you didn't.
My dad, my last little anecdote on the way out, so I leave it a little more wholesome than that. My dad loves Prodigy, and I grew up listening to Prodigy, and my dad convinced me, because I was so young hearing that song. He actually convinced me. You know how when you're a kid, like you believe your parents so much? Convinced me it was Snap My Picture. So that he can listen to it around his children.
It fits.
So growing up, I was like, snap my pitch. And I
change my pitch up.
Snap my pitch is that my dad wanted to hear the song, so he just convinced his child. So there's a little bit of hope for you.
That's the beauty of art and music. And yeah, we're going to go snap a picture.
We got to go snap a picture.
After this triumph, we will end up on some wholesome Prodigy entertainment.
He's helping me learn to raise my kids I don't have yet. They're going to listen to Prodigy too.
Gang, this was a journey. I am surprised it ended quite as joyously as it did, but what a beautiful piece of cinema. What a beautiful piece of storytelling. Triumphs of the human spirit. I can't wait to go back and examine this further and to feel it that much deeper. Thank you guys if you joined us this far or for any of this, and we'll catch you on the next one. Coy, we'll catch you for Green Mile.
Hopefully
maybe
with John.
I will too. Who knows?
Teaming up.
Till then, get busy living or get busy subscribing.
The world's broken.
Okay.